Good afternoon, guys. My name is Sanjay Singh, and I welcome all of you to this online session on Azure Administrator. So, today we are going to start module number 9 and 10, which is basically on Azure AD. So, I will upload few videos for this module. So, in this video, we are going to cover up Azure AD tenant. So, we'll see how to create new Azure AD tenant that I will show you today. Then how to apply a Azure AD Premium 2 license, which is free for 30 days. So that license we will apply. So I'll show you how to apply this license, which is required for MFA, for enabling MFA, SSPR, self-service password reset, conditional access. So if you are looking for these advanced features, you need a P2 or P1 license. Okay, so there are 4 licenses which are available for your Azure AD. One is the basic one. Whenever you will create a new AD tenant, so you will get a Azure AD free basic, which is free. Okay, so in which you can create your users groups. Okay, and you'll get the basic features. So, and if you need Office 365 license, you will get Office 365 license. If you need Azure P1 license, so there is Azure P1 license, Premium 1 and Premium 2. So that I'll show you what are the difference between those licenses. So P2 is the higher license, okay, in which you'll get all the features of Azure AD. So that's why we are going to apply this license, and you can access all the features of Azure AD. Like if you are going for Azure Identity Protection, which is a topic which will be covered up in AZ 500 in Azure Security. Okay, so those kind of features, conditional access, if you want to apply a conditional access, so at that time you need Azure P2 license for MFA, for self-service password reset, for Azure AD Connect. Okay, if you are looking for hybrid connectivity from on-prem to Azure AD, so at that time also you need a license. Okay, then we'll cover up users and groups. We'll see how to create users, how to create group. I'll show you how to create bulk user. I'll show you how to enable MFA for your users. I will show you how to enable self-service password reset. So one by one, we will cover up all these topics practically. So I'm moving to my portal. So all you can see here, I am on my default directory. Default directory means the account which I have used for logging on Azure portal. So Azure will create a default account, default directory for me. Okay, which is my default tenant. So just move to Azure AD directory. So if you see here, that is my default directory. Okay, now why we will create a new AD tenant? Why it is required? So it is required just because, let's suppose if your organization is a partner of Microsoft. Okay, and your organization giving support to the clients on Azure side. So let's suppose these are the clients of your organization, whom resources you are managing, your organization is managing on Azure. So let's suppose that is organization A, that is organization B, that is organization C and D, and you are XYZ. Correct? Your organization is xyz.com. Now what you will do, there would be a default account for your organization. Okay, now as you are going to manage the services or the servers of these of your clients, okay, on your Azure AD portal. So what you will do, you will create AD tenants for all these organizations, and then you will purchase a subscription for all these organizations. Okay, and then you will create resources as per their requirement in their tenant. So the all tenants are isolated. Okay, whatever resource you will create in this tenant, so that will be available only for this tenant. Okay, so that means you cannot see the users from this tenant, they cannot see the resource from this tenant. So they all are separated, they all are isolated from each other. Okay, so that is the requirement of Azure AD tenant. So let's move to portal. So there's an option create a directory. So we need to click on this tab. if you are going to create a new Azure AD tenant. Now there are two options. One is Azure Active Directory, that means we are going to create a new tenant. Another option is Azure Active Directory B2C, business to consumer. So which we'll discuss later. So first of all, we are going to create a new tenant. So click on next configuration, and that is free. Okay, there is no cost for creating a tenant. So your organization name. So as I told you, let me choose here like IT engineers. IT engineers is my organization. Okay. Now I need to choose a unique name, globally unique name. Okay. So which would be FQDN for my organization. Later I can use FQDN, custom DNS. So custom domain, I have already shown you in my previous video how to apply custom domain. Okay. So right now we need to choose a unique name which should be unique for my organization. So IT engineers, let me check this, itengineers.onmicrosoft.com. Yeah, so that is available for me. Now location, so I'm going with the US. If you want, you can change the location. So right now I'm creating this in US. So that would be the FQDN. Okay. So whatever user group and services I will create in my this Azure AD tenant, so they all will use this tenant ID, which is itengineers.onmicrosoft.com. So review and create. So within 1 minute, it will be created. So you will get a notification that your account is created. In my next lecture, I will show you how to use AD Connect. Okay, how to perform hybrid connectivity from your on-prem to Azure AD. That I will show you in my next lab. So you can see directory creation was successful. Click here to navigate to your new directory, which is IT engineers. Okay, so what you can do, first of all, let me refresh my portal. So there are a few options to switch your directory from your default directory. There is option switch directory. You can click on this icon. So for that, you need to move to your Azure Active Directory page. Then there is option switch directory. If you click on this icon, you'll get here all the directories which is created in your account in your portal. Okay, so if you see here, there are multiple directories. So that is the directory which I have created for my this client for IT engineers. So there would be multiple clients for whom I am providing services. Okay, so right now I'm going to configure resources for this tenant, so this organization. So let me click on this IT engineers. So you can see now we have switched to IT engineers tenant directory. If you see here, so previously there is default. Okay, right now there is IT engineers. That means I am on IT engineers tenant. Okay, if you see here, that is not a default tenant. So it is itengineers.onmicrosoft.com tenant. So that means whatever configuration I will do, that will be that I'm doing on IT engineers. Okay, so first of all, users. So if you click on users, there is a tab all users. By default, you will get here your account ID. Okay, which will be at by default here. So there's option new user, there's option new guest user, that means external user you can add from here. There's option bulk create, bulk invite, bulk delete, download users credential, users information. Okay, and then reset password, refresh your portal. And if you see here, multi-factor authentication, delete users. So these are the options here. So we are going to create a new user. So click on add new user. So you can see here, you can create a user which would be your part of your organization, your tenant. Okay, you can invite a external user also. That means any other user like who have Gmail, Outlook, or Hotmail account. Okay, whom you wants to invite and you wants to give permission to for accessing your resources. Okay, your applications. So right now we are going to create a new user on our tenant. So username would be like Bob. First name would be Bob. So these are the required credentials. Now first name, last name, these are optional. So I'm not going to give here password. So it will generate automatic password, or you can choose your password also, but that would be also a temporary password. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to select here, show password, copy this password and open notepad. So copy this password and paste here. Then if you see groups, so if there would be any existing group, you can add this user in that group. Right now there's no group, so we are not going to add this user into group. If you see here roles, so by default this user have a user role. If you click on roles, so you will get multiple roles here. So you can see here application administrator. So what application administrator can do? So if you see here, can create and manage all aspects of app registration and enterprise app. So application developer, authentication administrator. So there are multiple inbuilt roles which you can use. User administrator, so he can manage all aspect of users groups including resetting password. So you can select role as per your requirement. Okay, whatever role you want to assign to this user will work as per the role assigned to this. So right now let's suppose I'm going to assign global reader. That means this is a new user for my organization, so I cannot give uh, I want to give a minimum permission to this user. Okay, so for that purpose, that is the minimum permission global reader, so he can see anything inside the portal, but he cannot update, or he cannot delete, he cannot create anything. Okay, so that's why I'm going to assign global reader role to this user. So you can search from here. If you see here, to assign custom role to a user, your organization need Azure AD Premium 1 or P2 license. That means these are the inbuilt roles. If you will create your own custom role, or if you want to create your custom role and then you want to assign that custom role to your user, so you need what? P1 and P2 license, and we are using here free right now. So click on select. So that is the role to the user. Sign in, yes, we don't want to block the sign in of user's location. We are not going to select that user locations, user's location, and job information like job title, department. So let me choose like IT, like IT service desk, and department is IT. Click on create. So the user is created here. Okay, now I'm switching back to my main page. If you see here, right now we are using here Azure AD free. Okay, there's no license applied to our tenant, correct? Now I'm going back to users account. I'm going to create another user. Now this time this user would be admin, so I'm going to give name admin. So first name would be admin. So that means I will assign admin permission to this user. So copy this password, open notepad, paste this password here. And roles, I'm going to assign global admin role to this user. So that means this would be a admin for this account, for this tenant. Click on create. Okay, now copy this username. So that is the password for Bob, and copy this username, and that is the password for admin. Now how you will activate these user accounts? Okay, so I'm going to open new tab here. So you need to sign in here, portal.azure.com. sign out from your default account. Now use another account. So right now I'm going with admin account. So click on next. It will ask a password. So we need to enter here temporary password of this account. So copy this password. So once you will enter your temporary password and click on sign in, it will ask you to reset your password to assign a new password. So first of all, your temporary password, then new password for this account. Click on sign in. So you can see here, I'm logging with admin. So I'm going to switch back Azure Active Directory. So your role, you are global admin, that means you can do anything. So if you see, I'm moving to users tab here. So I can add user, I can delete user, I can reset password of any user. So that means just because I am admin, so I can do anything here. Okay, now let's switch to use another account. So sign in with Bob account. Next, need to copy this temporary password. So now we are signing with Bob account. Now let's move to Azure AD. Go to users tab. So if you see, he cannot add a new user. He can invite an external user, but he cannot add a new user. He cannot create bulk user. He cannot invite bulk users. He cannot delete. He cannot reset password even. Sorry, he can reset his password. So if you see here, click on reset password. So he cannot reset password just because he is not admin. Sorry. So he will get the link, but again he cannot reset password just because he's not admin. So he's only a global reader, so he can read the things here. So he cannot do anything. So he can read only the resources. So now we have seen the difference between global reader and global admin. Next thing, we are going to enable MFA. So for enabling MFA, we need to select our user. So I'm going to enable MFA for Bob user. Select your user, click on three dots. There's option multi-factor authentication. So click on this, and now I'm going to sign in with my default account. So we can do that thing through our admin account also. So for which user you wants to enable MFA. So select user, there's option, click on enable. So enable multi-factor authentication, updated successful, click on close. So how you will check that this is applied or not? So what we need to do, we need to sign in with Bob. Okay, so click on Bob. Now if you will type password of Bob account, it will ask you to set up some more information. So more information is required. Click on next. Okay, so authentication via phone. You can, if you want, you can change. You can select your mobile app also. So select your reason. So right now we are getting only these options. If you want, you can configure these options. You can manage these options from your MFA settings, okay, which you will get through Azure AD Premium, after Azure AD Premium. So security, and we need to select our country code, which is this, then mobile number, and send a code. So click on next. Now we need to wait for the code. So I received my code. So my code is 8123. Click on verify. So two-step verification is applied to this user. Click on done. So if you are using any app password, so you need to copy this password. So right now we are not using, so click on done. So now MFA is applied to this user, to Bob. So we did here step number 1. We have completed step number 1. How to create a new tenant, how to create users. Now I'm going to show you how to create group, and then next. So IT engineers, go to groups. I'm signing in with my default account. So click on add group. So you can create two kind of groups, security group or Office 365 group. So right now, as we are not using any Office 365 account, so we are going to create here security group. Group name would be like IT department. On create. So if you want, you can add users from here, or you can add users later also. Next group, sales department. Okay, so we have two groups. Now, how you will add your users into groups? So first of all, click on add the IT. So there is a tab members, from where you can add users. So click on add members tab. From here you'll get the list of users. So you can scroll down, and I'm going to add here Bob and admin. So you can search also admin. So two users I'm going to add into IT groups. Okay, now both our users are added here. Next practical is you can assign group membership to your users, your group ownership. So the user you will add here, that user will act as a group owner, and he can add and remove members in this group. Okay, so that you can add from here. So click on add owners. So let me choose admin. So admin would be the owner of this group. So admin can add and remove users in this group, that you can do from here. Next practical is for bulk user creation. So let's move to users tab. There is an option bulk create. Click on it. Then if you know, if you have already a CSV file, you just upload your file here. If you don't have your CSV file, so you will get here a template, CSV template. Okay, you need to download this template. So I'm going to download on my desktop. Then open this template. So if you see here, you need to specify username, then user account name, then initial password, log sign in, yes or no, and first name, last name if you want, job title. So rest things are optional. If you want, you can give. Okay, so what I'm going to give here basic things like name. So name would be like user1. So what would be the username? User1 at the rate IT engineers IT engineers dot on Microsoft.com. That's my suffix. Just copy this. Initial password. So ABC at 123. Log sign in. No. Next. User2. So user2 and paste the password would be ABC at 123. Log sign in. No. Then user3 user3 and paste the suffix password. So log sign in. No. Now copy these names and paste in first name. So now we are done for this file. So I'm going to save this file. So that is saved. Now close. So now we need to browse, upload this file here. So I'm going to upload from my desktop. So if you see file is uploaded successful, if there would be any error, any misconfiguration in your file, you would not be able to upload this file here. Okay, you'll get error. So right now there is no misconfiguration. So that means we can run this. Even you will get the, if after uploading, if you get any error, any issues, so you'll get the status report also. So click on submit. So once you will click on submit, process will be start. So fail. Now why it is failed, we need to check that. Failure, true, 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 user 1, 1, 2, 3, false. Hash thumbnail false. So I need to check why it is fail. Let me open my file. That is okay. Suffix is also okay. So let me upload this file again. So it is saying completed with errors. So success 2, failure 1. Let me check. Where is the failure? So open this status. Success. User 1 is, user 2 is created, user, sorry, 2 and 3. The username is uploaded, file not valid. Change the username in uploaded file to be valid user in Azure Active. Okay. Ensure the domain portion of the username is valid, verified. Okay. So let me check this. So that is okay. There's no issue. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let's refresh your portal, users portal. So let me check here. So user 2 and user 3 are there. So for user 1, might be there would be some issue. Let me remove these accounts from here. And we write again user 1 dot on microsoft.com. That is correct. Password is also okay. User 1. Okay, let's save this file and run again. Okay, it is saying there is an error in line number 4, line number 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's a username user 1. Hmm. Okay, we cannot create a single user. That means paste user 4, user 4, user 4. Let me check this one. Okay, okay, we are using the same file. That's why we are getting this error. So let me do one thing. Because already we have used line number 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to download this template again. Then this will work. User 1, user 1 at the rate IT engineers dot on Microsoft. That is okay. Now initial password. So for initial password, I'm going to use here ABC. That means 3, 4, 5, 6. Block sign in. No. First name. User 2. User 4. User 4. User 4. IT engineers dot on Microsoft. Password. Username. Just save this file. Upload again. Line number 4. Okay. So no, we missed this. Now we need to upload again. Now that is okay. Click on submit. To sub operation failed. Okay. Why they have failed? We upload this file once again. Hmm. So there are few spelling mistake. That's why. So you need to be careful about this. So you need to check your file very carefully. As my laptop few keys are very hard, so that's why. So you can see bulk operation is done, succeeded. So now just refresh. So you will get your users here. So by that way you can get bulk users. Okay, 1 second. Let me refresh my portal. So it will take few seconds to update you. So you can see user 1, user 4 is there. So now we did this also, how to create bulk users, how to enable MFA is done. Now we are going to do self-service password reset. So for this, we need to first of all apply a license. So for license, we need to open our Azure Active Directory first. So open your Azure Active Directory. Here you will get a tab, getting started. So just scroll down. From here, you will get an option, get a free trial to Azure AD Premium. You need to click on it. So there are free trial. There are two free trials. So we are looking for Azure AD Premium 2. Just click on drop down, scroll down, and click on activate. So this license would be available for 30 days, and you can apply this license to 100 accounts. Okay. Now the license is available for us. Refresh your portal once again and move to users tab. So from here you need to select your admin account. So right now I'm using this account as an admin. So click on this account, and there's an option license. You need to click on this. You can assign your license from here, but again, before assigning a license, you need to set first of all the user's location of your user. So scroll down, and there is an option in settings. From settings, click on edit. You need to set user's location for your user. So in my case, that is United States. Save. If you will not set user's location, you will not be able to assign license to this user. So now go to licenses, click on assignments. So no license is available. Okay, wait for this. Let's refresh. Go to assignments. So now you can see Azure Active Directory P2 license is available. So select this license. If you will select this license, so these are the features which you will get. So select your license, click on save. Now your license is saved here. Now we can enable self-service password reset. So just go back to your profile. So that is your user profile. We need to open Azure Active Directory for enable self-service password reset. So there would be option password reset. So for self-service password reset, it is saying get a free premium trial. So we have already applied. Now we need to refresh our portal. So if you're not getting this option from here, do not worry about that. user setting. Or you will get that option from users tab also. Just go to users tab. There is option password reset. So your license is right now not affected. So do one thing, just wait for this. Click on refresh. Once your license will be applied. So right now it is showing Azure AD free, but we have already applied license to a user. Just go to license tab and from verify from here. So all products that is assigned to one user. If you see here, that means that is assigned. That is taking time for what we need to do. We need to sign out and sign in again. Then this would be visible for your users. We need to sign in with our admin credentials. Go to Azure Active Directory. First of all, verify that license is applied or not. So Azure AD free, still it is showing Azure AD free. So let's go to users tab, open your user, go to licenses, just verify. So Azure AD Premium 2 license is applied to this user. Okay, go to password reset. So we have already activated this. Activate again. If it is already activated here, you will get an error here. So you have already activated this license trial. So it is taking time. Yeah, now it is available. So if you see here from password reset, we have an option self-service password reset. So you will get this option once your AD Premium 2 license will be applied on your account. Okay, now this is not applied, so that is disabled right now. Okay, now if you want to enable this self-service password reset, that means user can reset their password by their own. If they forget their password, so they can reset their password by their own. Okay, for that there is a condition, there is a prerequisite, MFA should be there. If there would be MFA, then they would be able to reset their password, correct? So I'm going to select it here. I'm going to click on selected, select a group. So I'm going to select IT group. So the users who would be part of this group, they can reset their password by their own. So click on save. If you see, there are authentication methods. So you can see here, by default, email and mobile phone. SMS is only applied. If you want, you can apply more. Okay, so right now we are going with the default. So now let's verify this. So if you remember, I have enabled MFA only for Bob. Okay, so let me check through Bob account. So first of all, we'll verify through admin account. So there's no MFA on admin account. So he's able to. Okay. Now MFA is forcefully assigned, applied to my admin account. Why? Just because I have enabled self-service password reset. for sales group. So whatever users will come into sales group, they have to enable, they have to set up their MFA, two-step verification, correct, which is required, which is a prerequisite for self-service password. So that's why user have to configure their two-step verification. Okay, so if you see here, it is applied. Self-service password reset is applied to my users. So let me show you. First of all, we need to set up this MFA, then we'll check how to reset password. Where is India? Yeah. So that is the code. Verify. Now email. If you remember in self-service password reset, you need to set up your email also. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to give here email address. So you will receive a code on your email also. You have to enter this code. Verify. Finish. So two-step verification is done for this user. Now let's suppose now admin forget the password of his account. Okay, so let's sign out and sign in again. So to admin, now I forget my password. Okay, so click on forget my password, and admin would be able to reset his password. So first of all, he need to verify the characters which is given here. Click on next. This is similar like your online banking. So now which method you want to use for resetting your password? Okay, so I want to choose my mobile phone. Click on text me, enter verification code. Click on next. Now you can change your new password. So I hope this would be clear to all of you. So I'm not going to change my password just because I know the password of admin. But if admin forget his password, he can reset his password just because SSPR is enabled for sales group. So whatever user would be in sales group, and doesn't matter MFA is enabled or not. If SSPR is enabled, so they have to enable first of all MFA, then they would be able to sign in their account. So I hope these options are clear to all of you. We have done premium license also, self-service password reset also. So these labs are done. Now in next module, we'll see how to use AD Connect. Okay, hybrid connect for hybrid connectivity and conditional access. we'll see. I'll show you how to enable conditional access, which is not in the syllabus of AZ103, but again I'll show you that also. We'll discuss about RBAC, role-based access control. We'll discuss about management group. What are management groups? Okay, Azure policies I have already uploaded, so that we will not discuss. And then we'll discuss about last module, which is for data services. So in that we'll discuss about AZ copy and CZN, Azure CDN, and Azure file sync. So thank you guys. Bye bye.